When it comes to certain types of games, I think Xbox could do a better job at getting those type of games to the fans. Obviously, there's a player base and a fan base there for pretty much every kind of game on Xbox. So it's a little bit odd that we don't see as many single-player games on Xbox One as maybe a lot of people would like. But there's really simple explanations for this. Phil Spencer did a good job kind of explaining this. It's not really a new explanation. There's been a couple different interviews where he's gone over this, and since it's been kind of a slower news period, it's really given me time to kind of go back and check some of these things. He's not really the the cryptic person that you would think. He's really upfront about where he stands on pretty much everything, and so it's really easy to decipher what's going on. It's no Da Vinci Code. So what's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. So anyway, Phil Spencer really is pretty honest about stuff. When he talks about single player games and things like that, we see that that's a thing that we probably won't get a whole lot of. But actually, Phil Spencer did an interview not too long ago, and he was talking about different things, different models for success and things like that. He said that his company has crowed about the consumer-facing side of the online infrastructure, Xbox Live's new features, and they're happy with that, and how they're going to start hearing about the back-end can do for the developers, which trickles down to consumers, etc. So he goes all into this Azure cloud stuff and all the stuff that they've done leading up to the actual games. And he also cites like Electronic Arts' FIFA Ultimate Team as being a model for success in terms of a service-based game. That might not be the best example, though. A card trading game within FIFA proper for quite a while, Ultimate Team had a lot of people kind of exploiting it and things like that. But Phil Spencer did realize that not every type of game will work as a service. Locking areas of games behind microtransactions or paywalls isn't a good fit for, say, a huge single-player action-adventure game. And he was really, really honest about this. He says the audience for those big story-driven games, he goes, I won't say isn't as large, but they're not as consistent. You'll have things like Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn that'll come out and they'll do really well, but they don't have the same impact that they used to because the big service-based games are capturing such a large amount of the audience. He said Sony's first-party studios do a lot of these games and they're good at them, but outside of that, it's difficult. They're becoming more rare. It's a difficult business decision for those teams. You're fighting into more headwind. Internally, obviously, Microsoft had Quantum Break come out a couple years ago, and that's a single-player game with no multiplayer, and they had no DLC either. So he said we've got to understand that if we enjoy those games, the business opportunity has to be there for them. So think this out. If we've got to understand if we enjoy those games, the business opportunity has to be there for them, meaning if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense for them. So if we're sitting there complaining about not having single-player games, it's because we haven't really supported them in the past. But I do think we will get some single-player games. I'm just not sure they're going to be like big AAA budget style. Sadly, I think we're going to get more like Ori 2. We're going to get stuff like Recore, which obviously isn't big budget. Sadly, Cuphead, they're good games, but they aren't like going to be that big AAA style. I think anything we get AAA, even the new Fable, I think will have some kind of multiplayer co-op, loot chests or whatever. To me, it just makes sense for them to do it that way because these games are costing so much money. So it's one of those things where you really have to kind of sit back and look at what is trending in the industry, and you see that you can definitely see that stuff like Sea of Thieves, that's going to be big. You have the Destinies, the Divisions, these games, GTA Online, these games that really kind of push online. Those are the games that have staying power and that people play for long, long times. And I think Microsoft is going after those. I do think that Phil is onto something with what he's talking about. I would like to see a little bit more single-player games in the AAA. You got to at least take a chance on those at some point, right? Because just because one thing didn't work doesn't mean you don't go back and try something else, in my opinion anyway. So I would definitely love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on this, though. Maybe you guys can let me know. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. As always, thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.